and Kimberly.
At the age of 9, the only child of Robert and Barbara Mays found out they weren't her natural parents. Kimberly was switched at birth in this North Florida hospital.
We were a violent culture before television, from Wounded Knee to the lynching bee. And we will be one after all our kids have disappeared by video game into pixels of cyberspace. Before television, we blamed public schools for what went wrong with the little people. Back when classrooms weren't overcrowded, in buildings that weren't falling down, in neighborhoods that didn't resemble Beirut. And whose fault is that? The A-team? We can't control guns, and we can't control drugs, and 2 million American women are assaulted by their male partners every year, usually in an alcoholic rage. And whose fault is that? Miami Vice? The gangs that menace our streets aren't home watching Cinemax, and neither are the sociopaths who make bonfires in the parks of our homeless. And there are at least 1 million homeless, a supply-side migratory tide of the deindustrialized and dispossessed, of angry beggars, refugee children, and catatonic nomads, none of them watching Roadrunner. So cut Medicare and complain about Amy Fisher movies. Children who are loved and protected long enough to grow up to have homes and jobs and respect don't riot on the streets. Ours is a violent culture that measures everybody by his ability to produce wealth and morally condemns anyone who fails to prosper, and now blames the talking furniture for our incoherence. Why not recessive genes, angry gods, lousy weather, or the mafia, the zodiac, and the protocols of Zion, or probability theory, demonic possession, and sunspots? We need a parental and congressional advisory label, S for stupid.
Dr. Markson, please report to OR room 5. Dr. Markson, OR room 5.
Excellence also requires discipline and determination and a talent for making the most of every opportunity. Put those all together, and you have a musician with a special gift. Eugenia Zuckerman has been to hear one.
Okay. Can you pick me up more pedal?
I can drive with it.
The dampers don't quite lift up all the way.
Este aquí, no va aquí.
It doesn't seem possible that this piano will be ready anytime soon for a recording session to begin. But pianist Santiago Rodriguez looks calm. So does the record producer, who also happens to be his wife, Natalia.
I love you too.
But this is truly the quiet before the storm.
But you're not making it light. You're making it senseless.
What do you mean senseless? What does that mean?
Well, it just doesn't fit in the...
What she does is she's brutally honest. You know, no artist wants all the time to have anybody brutally honest. Every so often you want to be stroked. In the recording sessions, it will be a gigantic mistake.
I don't like it.
But I thought this was very expressive.
The transition, this was okay. Before that was not good.
What, this?
Yeah.
What was wrong with that? I like that.
It's tremendous responsibility. You're scared to death, but if it comes out right, you're so happy. It's something for the future.
While recording sessions may be about the future, for a musician, a recital is about the here and now.
You're alone up there with the black piano. It's just you, and a public performance is many things. It isn't only the music that's being produced, but how you project that music. It's not easy. It has never gotten easy. When somebody asks me, do you still get nervous? I think any musician with any truth left to them will always say yes.
Santiago Rodriguez was born 41 years ago in Cuba, where he began studying the piano. After Fidel Castro came to power, his parents sent Santiago, who was 8, and his younger brother to the United States. It was 5 years before his parents were allowed to leave Cuba and join them. Santiago lived in an orphanage run by Catholic Charities. Luckily, his mother had sent a note along asking that he be given piano lessons.
I just said, this is where I am. I have nobody else, and I'm going to do the best I can here. I think it has served me well for later life.
He studied piano on full scholarship at the University of Texas and the Juilliard School in New York. Then Rodriguez took to the competition circuit.
For people like me who did not have any sort of personal contacts with very powerful individuals in music who could help you with your career a little bit more. So for me, the competition was the only way to go.
In 1981, at the Van Cliburn competition, he came in second, capturing the silver medal. This gave Rodriguez many performing opportunities, but not the instantaneous success that winning the competition would have. Rodriguez feels that this slow development has served him well.
And I'm very happy that I was not rushed either by circumstances of having 1,000 concerts. Maybe other people can be prepared at 20 years old. For me, even now at 41, I feel that it's now that I'm making heads or tails out of some works that I'm being asked to play.
Critics have called him a phenomenal pianist, a stylish and graceful player who possesses an opulent tone. If there was one competition that changed his life, it was the 1978 Tchaikovsky competition in Moscow. He sat down to listen to another pianist and noticed Natalia sitting next to him.
The minute I looked at her, she just had this glow about her that I knew she was supposed to be in my life.
And we talked about poetry, we talked about music, we talked about life, and there was something that was just very special.
They were engaged in 3 days, married in 2 months. But then it took another 6 months for Natalia to get permission to leave Russia.
And eat your food. Finish your food.
They've now been married 15 years and live in Maryland with their 2 children.
Yeah, and the whole family.
I feel very privileged to be in music and very blessed to have a gift for music. But I think I'm more blessed because I have the gift of my wife and my children.
They formed their own record company, Elan, so that Rodriguez could have control over what he recorded. Natalia, a musicologist, is in charge of the business.
It comes out of nowhere.
Here's dropping. Here's dropping. Doesn't make any
What is supposed to
sense.
drop? It's supposed to make a retard there.
I don't like it.
Hey, put that back.
They made their first recording 10 years ago.
What are you talking about?
Oh, go
I'm getting
away.
a Charlie horse in my neck from this.
My wife took this recording to New York, went to Tower Records and said, I'm the producer for Elan Recordings with 2 cassettes in her hand. And the guy looked at her like she was completely crazy, but she went in so believing in this project that the guy in New York immediately accepted her line into all the Tower Records in the United States.
The company records other artists as well, but it is Santiago Rodriguez with his wide-ranging repertoire, from Brahms to Rachmaninoff to Ginastera, that is the mainstay of the Elan label. Santiago Rodriguez views the last dozen years of his life as a slow, steady development of his musical goals, achieved happily without sacrificing family life.
What I look forward to do in music is to have continued quiet times in music. But, just the simple fascination with just opening up a score and playing it, to me, still retains an incredible life of its own.
And it's what Santiago Rodriguez finds in those scores that he, with the help of his wife Natalia, is leaving for the future.
Wow, that was some playing job.
Good.
Of the closing program. Volunteers are needed to help celebrate the arrival of the Oregon Trail Sesquicentennial Wagon Train at the biggest Labor Day party in town. Call 557-1151.